Let's talk about Upwork. Upwork is something I used quite a bit when I was first getting started in copywriting, and is still a resource that I love. I know a lot of people don't. That's fine. You can have your own opinion on it, but I think that it is undervalued in this day and age. So the great thing about it is, and I didn't come up with this, these are colleagues of mine who came up with this metaphor. Being on Upwork as a freelancer is a lot like selling ice cream on the beach on a hot day. You're the ice cream truck. Your potential clients are the people who are in the sun on the beach who need ice cream. They know that it's hot. They know that they want ice cream. They might even know what flavor they want. You don't need to be telling them why ice cream is good. Whereas when you're approaching people with cold outreach, business owners, things like that, a lot of the time they've never even heard of copywriting. You have to explain to them not only what it is, not only why it's great, but on top of that, why they should pick you out of everybody else in the world to do this thing they just found out about. It's a big hill to climb, especially when you're new and still kind of figuring out what you do best and where your true expertise and passion really lie, right? So this is a great place to start. And the thing about it is, it is a little bit of manual work. There's not a whole lot that you can automate here, but with a couple of templates, you can get into a rinse and repeat system that makes it so you're not in this slog of, oh, I got to pitch, oh, I got to put myself out there. It just becomes so simple that you don't even really think about it. So let's start with mental health copywriter and see what we've got today. I always recommend searching for the specific niche that you want. You can try it a few different ways. You could also do mental health content writer. You do mental health SEO, lots of different things. But for the purpose of this, we'll just go with copywriter and see what we get. Okay. So Google Ads and digital marketing specialist, that's a little bit outside of what we're looking at doing. If you decide you want to get into marketing and metrics and A/B testing, go for it. That is not what I personally am passionate about, so I would not go for this listing. All right, so let's come into these ones. Marketing content for Now It's My Turn fundraising campaign. Social impact initiative dedicated to supporting wives and partners of Israeli reservists. Okay, there are a lot of good things about this listing. For example, that people who have this one person who has worked for the same client gave them a 5-star feedback. When you see 5 stars here, it means that someone who has worked for this client rated them highly for being easy to work with and for paying on time. So that's great. But it's not really what we're looking to write about. Again, if you're interested in that, you see something that's kind of outside of what you do and you want to just apply for it, go for it. Not what we're looking for right now. Okay. Next, this one, content writing for psychological/mental health article. There are a couple red flags with this one. The first thing is that payment is unverified. When someone creates an account with Upwork in order to hire people, you can verify your payment, which means you give them like a credit card number or a bank account or something to say, yes, I'm serious. Yes, I have this money and I'm willing to connect that to this platform. You could think of it kind of like an escrow account. So they didn't do that. That does not automatically mean it's a scam. It does mean that they are not using this platform regularly to hire people, and they might not be the easiest person to work with as a result. And then looking at the hourly rate, generally I ignore the hourly rate unless you know it's like $4 to $6. If it's that low, then they're never going to hear what you have to say. But when you see the hourly rate is somewhere in the $20 to $30 range or above, I have found that those are people who are willing to pay a fair rate. They just don't know it yet. And the way you do that is you pitch packages, which I'll get into much later, but don't be scared off by an hourly rate unless it is literally under $10 an hour. Same for the level, entry level, intermediate. A lot of these people really don't know, right? Something that's expert to them, writing a blog, is pretty entry level to people like us, right? So look at that with a grain of salt. People can also put in their estimated time, which is like the deadline, how long they expect the project to go on for, how much time they expect it to be. This is another one that I don't put too much stock into. Again, I've worked with people who think, oh, I need a blog and I'm just going to make this a 1 week project. And when I explain that you actually need to blog for about 6 months before you can even know if you're getting results, everything changes. They don't know that, so they don't know to put that in here. So don't worry too much about that either. The next thing to look at is the proposals. You want to be applying for things that have 0 to 10 proposals. So it'll usually say 0 to 5 or 5 to 10. If you get in after that, frankly, the odds are just very good that they are going to hire someone before they ever even get to your application in the pile. If you want to do it for practice or you see something that you're like, wow, that's my dream, I can't not apply to this, of course you can. But in terms of strategically using your time to look for clients, I say you want to go 10 or less. Okay. And then the last thing is how long ago it was posted. Ideally, of course, you want to get on things that were posted very recently because they're going to have less proposals. The person who posted it is still going to be in the mindset of hiring for that. If someone posts they need a writer and 5 days go by and they haven't picked anyone, sure, hopefully they still need that writer. But if it's been an entire work week, how urgent is that project? How fast are they going to pay you? It's just something to think about. This looks really good. SEO content writer is good. Proposals are good. Payment verified is good. But obviously, this hourly rate is not good. It also looks like they want someone to do all of this, to create social media videos and do the content and create PDFs. They're really asking for much more than you're looking to do. So sometimes a bunch of things will say yes, like the number of proposals, the amount of time, the hours, the rating, the payment, but something else says no. Use your best judgment to decide what you think is going to be a good use of your time applying for things. This looks really good too. The payment unverified is, a little bit like, but at the same time, if you click into this, this is a person who actually wrote this. You'll get a feel as you read through these when they're AI generated. I don't believe this is AI generated. This is a person who wants their practice to be unique and authentic and not generic. And that is exactly the kind of thing you're looking for. Another thing here, phone number verified, but payment method not verified. That's also good. That means that they are not shy about engaging with the platform. Someone who won't even give their phone number, their private phone number that's not publicly posted, it's not like we get this phone number. If they aren't even willing to share that, how interested are they really in finding someone for this role? It sounds like they've got other things to work through, like sharing their business phone number. So this would be a great one. This hits on a lot of everything that we have been talking about. Okay. So that is how I look for jobs on Upwork. Use a few different keywords to pull up different things. You can do, especially since we're US based, you can do US only. As a US freelancer, if you are one, you do have a bit of an upper hand on people who are not US based, sadly, until labor laws change someday, maybe. You can filter in here with categories and things. You can experiment with this. I find it's kind of a 50-50 shot on how well a client understands what category they should even be in. So know that if you pick these, there is a slight chance that you are picking something that is going to not let you see every single posting because any miscategorized postings won't come up. Whereas if you don't do the category and you just search the term, then you get a bit of everything. But yeah, you can mess with these as much as you want. You can even filter down this way for a lot of the things that I was talking about, so you can really get specific about the type of person you want to work for. I advise in the beginning being totally open, leave these filters alone, figure out what looks good to you and what is exciting to you, and then you can start to hone in and search for other things that are exactly what you know you want to be doing. So give that a shot. Let me know what you find. If you have any other tips and tricks that you use for Upwork, I would love to hear them. Please share them in the comments below so we can help other freelancers. And I'm rooting for you. Keep going.